Celebrating 25 years, the Dairy Business Association at Dairy Strong 2025 here in downtown Green Bay. Hello everyone, I'm Farm Director Pam Yankee. We've been gathering stories from a lot of the pillars of what Dairy Business Association was some 25 years ago when it started out with an idea. One of those people that got involved in the ground floor was Gordon Speirs, who is with us now, past president of Dairy Business Association, still involved. Talked to his son, who is also involved and on leadership tenure. So tell me a little bit about how you initially got engaged or found out about Dairy Business Association, Gordy, and what drew you to them.
Yeah, so quick history, we're a transplant. We moved here in 2003, and even before we built our facility, I'd already made contact with the association knowing that I wanted to be involved in policy. Policy is my passion, and I needed to be involved in an association. So the people welcomed me in at that time and was able to eventually participate on the board and then served my tenure as president for 2 years.
Yeah. Now, what did you notice when you were first coming into the association? I mean, 25 years ago, Wisconsin dairy was in a whole different place than it is today.
Well, big farms, bad farms was kind of the motto, you know, the mega farm, and that phrase still sends chills down my spine. I hate it, but I think, you know, the challenge was to share our story and what we do and try and take some of the scariness out of the big guy down the street. And then also the anti-agriculture group needed some competition to get patted down and find some normalcy in citing laws, find some normalcy in environmental rules and so on. So yeah. I think we've had a voice at the table to bring some normalcy to that.
Do you think that that's impacted your operation, Gordy? I mean, you said came from Canada, 700-800 cows, and you are always kind of on a growth plan. Did DBA and some of the policy that they worked on help make you feel confident about that?
Sure, and I think the real issue or opportunity that it's done is it provides a foundation of which you can springboard from, and you know what the rules of the game are. If you don't know what the rules of the game are, every expansion and everything you do is unknown. So if you know that I've got enough acres for my nutrient management plan, or I know I have enough rebar in my concrete that I'm meeting the standard, and I don't like big regulations, but transparency and clarification does help you move that path forward.
Well, and we've talked about policy and sharing that story. Tell me a little bit about what it's been like to be the dairy farmer on the other side of the table representing Dairy Business Association in those conversations.
So I think when we've met with policymakers in either Madison or in Washington, probably my biggest surprise is what they didn't know about dairy and what they assumed about it, and just an opportunity to tell our story. You know, our challenges with workforce was a big one. We're still working with that. Obviously environmental issues, and provide solutions from farmer-led solutions. And I think that's kind of been the heart of the DBA for the last number of years, is to bring farmer-led solutions to the table instead of government-led solutions.
Well, and we were talking about, it's hard to make a behemoth like the federal government move. But when you strike on an aid or an assistant that really pays attention to what you say, sometimes they'll follow up. Sometimes you're their most important resource going forward.
Sure, we've seen that. You make friends with certain legislators, and then all of a sudden your phone rings every time something goes on. And if you can be their point person, you can bring some normalcy to the conversation. And that's been very valuable as well.
Now, we talked about what DBA has accomplished in 25 years. What do you hope that they train their sights on going forward, Gordy, to keep your son and other younger producers moving the industry forward?
Well, again, keep that platform of the foundation, so we know what the rules are, that we can play within the rules, and we can hopefully make the rules more agriculture friendly, science-based, not touchy-feely based, if I should not have said that. But you know, my point is we need data, and the Dairy Association now is through different initiatives, they're collecting a lot of data in environmental stewardship, farm shed groups. Yeah. So data's king. right? And I think that's going to help us tell our story going forward.
Absolutely. And why not generate it on Wisconsin dairy farms? That's where it ultimately will be impacted. Let's generate it there. Gordon Speirs along with us, one of the past presidents of the Dairy Business Association, has been around since its inception some 25 years ago. At Dairy Strong 2025, I'm Pam Yankee.